name is Pamela Dawn, author of the Endangered Earthlings Handbook, and I live in some of the craziest places in the U.S. demonstrating sustainable living. Climate change, species extinction, contaminated waters. We are all endangered earthlings, and I'm here to show you how to survive.
Watching the DJC TV network on ROUKU.
Greetings, Earthlings! You may be wondering why I'm wearing crinoline in the wilderness, or you may actually know me and don't think anything of it. I'm getting ready to go to my birthday party on Skype because I'm in the wilderness, but it's okay. I live my life, so it's worth it. This week, I don't really know what to expect of these episodes until my life just happens. And this week ends up, we don't really have much to talk about the environment because I'm busy trying to survive in the environment that I'm in. So there's not a lot of topic about environment. So our producer Sal tried to bring in an outside party for an interview about the environment, and she didn't do any better than I did. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode with an interview it's a pre-interview between Sal and Tiff'ni with an I, and then just me living my life out here. So I hope you guys enjoy.
Hi, Tiff'ni. My name is Salma, and I am a producer for the Endangered Earthlings organization, and I'm just calling to pre-interview you for your interview with Pamela. So wanted to see how you were doing, first of all. How are you?
Hi. So, I'm sorry, your name is Salma?
Salma.
Salma.
Yes.
I've known some Sallys, but and one time a Salvador. I don't think I've met a Salma. What does the M stand for?
It's my whole name is Salma. My last
Salma,
name,
like Alabama.
well,
Salma.
Like yes. Okay, we'll go with that. Yeah.
Can
you can call me Sal.
Sal.
Yeah.
I would be obliged if I could call you Sal.
Yeah.
I don't think I could remember that. Yeah. I'm sorry, where'd you call from?
I'm calling from New York City.
New York City.
Yeah.
Oh my God, New York City. I had a cousin who married a New Yorker. One time I walked out in the backyard and she's out there in the locust position, and I moved close enough to hear what she was saying, and it was like this hum sound, and she was saying, and I ain't saying y'all got a bad attitude, but what I heard was, fuck yeah. Oh, I don't know what that means.
I doubt that's what she was saying, but
No, I must have misheard.
Misheard, or maybe that is what she was saying. You guys stressed out pretty quickly.
So, Sal, tell me what I can do for you.
Well, first of all, I just wanted to give you some pre-interview questions.
Okay.
Do you have time right now?
I do.
Okay. So, first of all, I want to know where you are. Where are you right now?
Well,
Where are we calling from?
Because I drive a rig, so I'm in my rig right now, my rig.
Mm-hmm. And where's your rig located?
Well, I travel a whole lot, and I just never know where I'm going to end up. So, I can't technically tell you where I am.
Okay. So, do you live in this truck?
I do. It's not a truck. It's well, it's actually a motor home, but since she's a big old bus, then she's a rig. She's bona fide
She's a bona
rig.
fide rig. Okay,
Bona
all
fide
right.
rig, because she's so big, like
Yeah.
me. Because, I'm almost 6 feet tall.
Are you
So I'm
now?
bona fide. Bona fide.
Wow.
I guess
You're
I'm a rig. I guess I'm an old rig. I'm
well,
an
a
old
rig
rig.
needs a rig, right? To be pulled, of
I'm an old
course. I
rig
get
girl.
it. I
Yes,
understand.
yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, that's good. So, I wanted to first ask you what is one of your biggest concerns in your travel, some of the things that you see that concern you regarding the environment.
There's a lot of assholes out there on the road, and if I could just address that for a minute, there's so many assholes out there, and how do you not see a goddamn house coming behind you? But I don't want to go negative on your show. We can talk about nice things.
All right. So we could say that these types of people they destroy your personal environment
They're
and
in my space, but
they're in your space.
yeah,
Right. So
yeah,
it's like a different form of environmental pollution. It's like a personal
and
environment pollution.
environmental. Yes, ma'am. And
All right.
it influences my environment.
Oh, I
So,
totally agree. It makes sense. Okay.
yes, ma'am.
All right. So how long have you been driving this rig?
Well, I've been on the road for about a year now.
Hmm. And you've
In
been
my
all
rig,
over the country?
yes, ma'am, all over the country in my rig. I make stops now and then because a girl gotta buy some gasoline now and then.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true. So,
Yes, ma'am.
when did you realize this, some of the impacts to the environment while you're in your travels?
Well, my environment, I keep real clean in here. Even though I got 2 dogs, I keep it real clean. I got a clean environment in here. So
Mhm.
I like my environment. It's real small, but that makes it easier to clean most of the time.
Do you
What
feel that
about
it's
y'all?
efficient?
I'm sorry. I was asking you a question and you're here to ask me.
Sorry, you could go ahead. You can
I
ask.
was just wondering, with all y'all folks up there in New York City, I was just wondering how it is that y'all get by up there in your environment. Because, I have this picture in my head that y'all ain't doing too good. I heard y'all have to take your steaks and chop them up and then raw, and then you put a little dollop of an egg yolk on top and you call it tartar sauce, and then when you call the steak tartar steak tartar, that's then people won't know that you just can't afford to cook your own meat. But I was just worried about you because you look a little thin to me. I think you could use some pork bellies, maybe some grits, a little greens with some butter on top.
All
Real
sounds
pretty
yummy.
girl. You're a
Yeah,
pretty.
there's that's actually thank you. That's actually called steak tartare.
Yeah,
Um
that steak tartar. That's what I was
yeah,
talking about. And y'all eat snails too up there in
we
New York
we
City?
we do. In New York City, we tend to adopt different types of food from all over the world because we're
So
so
y'all don't have
diverse.
much green growing up there. Where do y'all find the snails to eat them? Because I mean, I've known people who's eat worse. They've eat worse, and my kin have eat worse. But where do y'all find them up there without no green?
Well, we have upstate New York, and we also get them imported, I'm sure.
You have to import snails. Bless
Yeah,
your
or
heart.
snail farming. There's snail
Bless
farming as
your
well.
heart.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
well,
like
thank.
when you think about it, it's like where do you get your crawfish?
Well, I ain't never ate no crawfish
You
myself. Personally, I'm from
never.
Texas. I ate my fill of gator and frog and
Well,
my
gator too. I mean,
tail.
that's another delicacy. It's not very,
Oh
normal
no,
to eat that
gator's a
here.
staple. Oh no, gator's a staple.
It's
Um,
delicious.
it is. It's very good for your body. They're very athletic animals.
Very lean meat. It's very light
They're
meat. I've had
they're
it before.
they're very muscular animals. Yeah,
Mhm.
man.
Yep. Okay. All right. So, where is where in your travels have you seen that the environment is most affected by these negative things that you go through or that you see?
Well, honest to God, I've seen so many assholes everywhere. I mean, not just the ones I encounter on the freeway, because there's so many. Like, I drive through Atlanta and I could just, well, I ain't gonna say because I wouldn't want that coming back on me, but there's so many assholes all over the freeway. And then when I get out to the country, there's just an occasional jerk that pulls out in front of you. So, my environment on the road, it ain't that bad. I gotta tell you though, I was up on the that their place, the Mongolian Rim up there in Arizona, and there were some idiots up there firing off some automatic rifles off that Mongolian Rim, and
Mm-hmm.
so they're all over the place. You're gonna find them everywhere. No matter what environment you go to. And that's my biggest problem in the environment is just get rid of the assholes. Just get rid of them. Like, put them in prison, put them on an island somewhere, and don't feed them pork bellies. Feed them snails and raw hamburger with egg yolk on the top. But I mean, it's no insult to you. That's no insult to your skin.
So you think that the best way to deal with these people is to do what the British did and just send people off to what's now Australia?
Well, I ain't never been to Australia, but I heard their
But
steaks are good. They
it,
got
it
good steaks. They
yeah.
barbecue like nobody's uncle out there
Listen,
in
it worked for
Australia.
Australia, right?
Right.
They're nice
I
people
mean,
now.
they got some good foods and shrimps on the barber. I heard they got shrimps on their barbers out there.
Yeah, yeah, they got good food out there.
Good food.
Yeah, so you might have solved the environmental issue with the assholes today by just
I,
let's
you
just
know,
put them all on an island so they can evolve to be like
it's just
Australia.
one woman's opinion,
Ah,
but that would be my solution to all the environmental issues that I encounter have to do with assholes. So just put them away somewhere and feed them English food.
Fish and chips,
I don't know what that is, but
bangers and
it don't
mash,
sound like
all
something I want to
English
put in my
food.
mouth. Yeah, I'll eat some chips though. I'll sure as hell throw down some chips. Give me some beer. Yeah. Well, Sally, it was certainly nice to meet you. I got to get back on the road because I got at least 20 more miles before I hit a spot that's going to give me any kind of tips at all. So great to meet you.
Nice to
And,
meet you too. I
and I
mean,
look
and
forward to seeing your show.
yeah, well, I look forward
Beautiful.
to having you on the show and you speaking to Pamela. And yeah, I mean, best of luck and drive safe.
Thanks you so much, Sal. And you never did tell me what that M stands for.
Oh, it's just Salma. It's one word.
Alabama.
Like
I
Selma,
wonder,
Alabama, but with an
I
A
wonder,
instead of the E.
I wonder what the M in Alabama stands
Oh
for.
yeah. Oh
There's a
yeah.
BAM and then there's a M. It's probably Ma. They probably meant Ma. Maybe
Well,
you were named after your Ma, and that was how you got your name. You were named after your Ma.
it could be. Yeah. All right, Tiffany. So yeah, it was great
Oh,
to
no, it's Tiff'ni.
oh Tiffany.
Tiff'ni.
Okay.
Tiff'ni
Can you
with an I.
okay, so can
Tiff'ni.
you spell that for me so that I get it right?
Tiff'ni and an I at the
Oh,
end.
okay. Tiffani.
Tiff'ni.
Oh,
Yeah.
T I
There's no A in the middle. It ain't Tiff'ni. Tiff'ni.
okay. T
Tiff'ni.
I F F N I.
Tiff, Tiff'ni with an I. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think I got it.
Yeah.
Tiffni. Okay. Very well.
Yeah,
All right.
that's me.
All right. It's a great name. It's a great, very unique.
Sal. Sal, I'm gonna call you Sal. My
You can
Sal.
call me Sal. That's fine.
Nice
All
to
right.
meet
Well,
y'all.
if you have any questions, you give me a call, and yeah, we'll be in touch. Okay.
I'll call you right here from my rig.
Okay. Well, you drive safe on your rig.
Thank you so much, Sal.
You drive safe on your truck.
Thank you. My rig. It's my
Okay.
rig.
Yes. Sorry. Your rig. Yes. Yes.
My rig.
Yes. Okay. Take care. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Good morning. All right, so one of the things I love about this life is it's really difficult. You know, I would love to drink wine every night and sleep all day the next day. This life forces me to stay on my toes and productive. And on that note, 2 o'clock in the morning, Antiope awakened me to let me know that her water dish was empty, which is not allowed ever. So ironically, water being the thing that awakened me, when I went back to bed and I touched the bed was wet. Something's leaking. So I had to troubleshoot where the water was coming from and why. Let me show you. This is my AC unit. And the water was just dribbling a little bit out of that vent, which I have the vent cover off because I was troubleshooting. It's not soaking wet in there. And when I got up in the middle of the night, it was pouring down. So going up on the roof and fixing it in the storm was not an option. So I used this puppy pee pad and just covered it up. You can see there's not a huge amount of water there. So it's not flooding down through the unit itself. It appears to me that it's leaking around the seal, which means I have to hop up on the roof and recalk my AC unit today before the rain starts again at noon. So yay. So, I don't know, what do you think, Birthday Bear? Is this a good life or what? It's so great. I love this life. Yeah, me too. That's what's happening in my life today. And guys, you know, I'm going to remind you again, I do all of this to live as normal a life as possible, doing all the things that I would normally do if I was in a set house and, you know, in a brick and a building and a wood with the things and the it doesn't move. I do all of this in the wilderness in extreme conditions to demonstrate to you how easy it's going to be for you to have solar and wind energy to provide you energy when you need it, to collect your own rainwater so you have backup water if you need it. All of these things that I am doing is to entertain you while I show you how great these technologies and these methods are. But it's not an easy life at all. Yours isn't either. So, yeah, having to climb up on my roof and recaulk the AC units so the rain doesn't pour down and saturate the ceiling. You guys have to deal with that stuff too. It's all just part of it. The difference is I'm out in the wilderness and I can't call a handyman and there's no one to help me. So I like it that way. I wouldn't have my life any other way. So anyway, I'll give you guys the update after I get the caulk and the seal done, and after tonight's storm, we'll find out if it worked, if I did a good job. Can you hear that yet? We're gonna go check out the volume at Horseshoe Topographical Low Point, because there's some frog stuff going on over there. Party! I'm legally blind. I was hoping to more time over here checking out the frog rave that's going on behind me. But it's a storm moving in pretty quick. Looks like it might hit before noon, so I got to get back over there and recalk my AC unit so I don't get dribbles in the middle of the night. So I'll dry it around the edges, recalk it, cover it with a tarp and heavy rocks tonight, and just hope for the best. We'll see. You can see my work when I'm done. Fortunately, before I climbed up on the roof, I remembered what my good friend Van, who, when I first got this rig, he taught me a lot about how to fix a lot of the stuff on the inside myself, and he fixed my generator for me. Amazing guy. Anyway, so when you drive, the vehicle vibrates, and that vibrates the screws loose. All the nuts and bolts, everything periodically have to be retightened. And I forgot about that little tidbit. I called Van in the middle of the night one night. Oh my God, it's leaking, it's leaking. Amazingly, he responded by text and said, tighten down your bolts, which is what I did, because driving on 40 minutes of washboard, it definitely jiggled all my screws loose. And apparently they weren't all loose before, but anyway, so you see that bolt right there? Those were loose. And that's why I was leaking. So I don't have to go on the roof today. Yay! One more day without busted limbs. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Something new, something different. You can expect that every time. I don't know what to expect from my life, but I hope it entertained you a little bit, and I will see you guys next Thursday on DJC, ROUKU, and Firestick. See you guys later.